I sometimes find myself having a discussion with someone, especially like if you're in a volunteer thing, and you find that, man, they're just doing something that's really disrupting the discussion, just not a good argument, or just really emotionally trying to hijack the argument and shut it down. All these things are really bad for coming to a decision as a group. And so I just like to share with people, what makes a good argument? How do you build an argument? What are the things that support a good argument? How do you spot the problems in an argument? What are some of the things you should never do in an argument? And I'm not talking about arguing like standing around yelling at each other. I'm talking about trying to drag out the truth and look at everybody's opinion so that you can come to some kind of a group conclusion about the whole thing. So over the years, I've collected a number of books, and some of these are very popular oriented. Some of them are very academic oriented. They're all books. These are all books that I found very useful, and I recommend them to people that are interested in learning more about how to make a good argument, how to make a point logically with some structure, something that people can share with you and come together as a group and try to have a calm discussion about things even that you disagree with, especially about things that you disagree with. And I'll tell you right now, some of this is frankly on the lighthearted side of it, but sometimes comedy makes a point even better than the serious stuff. So I've got a couple of things like this that give you a pause and kind of help you focus in on some of the absurd arguments that are made. So there you go. I hope you find these useful. So here are some other books from my library about critical thinking and making good arguments and recognizing bad arguments. And, these are all really informative. Depends on what level you want to take it on at. Some of them very simple. You can read them in the bathroom. Some you're going to want to sit down with and kind of study. They're all on Amazon, I believe, and you can find them there or someplace else on the internet. And, I just recommend everybody pick one or two up, start digging in. Here's some of the more formal stuff. This is a pretty accessible book on a fairly advanced topics. This is more on the mathematical side. Mathematicians use logic and reasoning and arguments. That's really all that mathematics is based on. But it's a much more formalized system and much more picky about conclusions and so forth and how they're arrived at. So anyhow, very useful stuff. Give me a holler if I can help you find a book that talks to you. Thanks. Bye-bye.